at Arkansas, you were not in a fraternity, and yet you're saying you targeted fraternities. I guess you're saying just because someone was or was not part of the Greek system, if they go on staff or can become a full-time worker, they can still work with Greeks or athletes, even though they themselves were not. But why were you focused? You mentioned the word mainstream. Is that kind of the cool people, the pretty people, the ones who wear button downs and drive nice cars? Sounds pretty exclusive to me, Blake. I mean, why would you focus on mainstream?
Well, at the end of the day, it's because we wanted to reach the most number of people that we could. And the mainstream are the people that are the most connected. So if I help this guy grow spiritually, he has people in his life that he will just naturally start to impact with the gospel. So I could spend all my days reaching some great, wonderful people who don't live on campus, who work a 30-hour week job and don't know anybody. And man, that person's life is really valuable. But if the gospel will stop with that person just because they're not connected to other people. So we were looking for the people that are most connected, which it just turns out that the people in a fraternity or sorority, they naturally have a lot of people in their life. And I remember that first year that we were there, we would go and we identified the fraternities and sororities on campus, and we would go knock on the door, meet some people, and we just asked, hey, who's the Christian, or who's someone who maybe leads a Bible study in this chapter? And Shad, Paul, there was not a single person in any of the fraternities or sororities that they could even tell us. Like usually there's like that one guy that's like, well, yeah, so-and-so, he's the religious guy, at least, at least there'd be that guy. There was maybe, I think probably one or two believers maybe in the entire Greek system. And by the time we left, there were laborers, like believers and laborers, like 10 or 15, 20 laborers in some of these chapters.
Wow. Dude, I want to interrupt you real quick. That question, I want to highlight that question. When you're coming into a fraternity or sorority, we've used that at Chico State, and that's like we already knew there wasn't any Christians, but there's in a fraternity or sorority, sometimes there's a context where they feel like, well, maybe we should have a Bible study, maybe we should have a spiritual, because a lot of their foundation is this kind of like spiritual. Even their history has this Christian base a lot of times, and so you can use that as a kind of open door to start the conversation and maybe perhaps start a Bible study.
Well, and absolutely, that's who we positioned ourselves in. Hey, we can help you in this one area. Your chapter talks a lot about spiritual things. That's one of the things we do, and we're at different. We're at this university, that university, and especially it's easy going early on because you don't have a reputation that precedes you. So, sometimes I could have felt really insecure about that because at University of Arkansas, everybody knew about STUMO. And then you go to this new campus and no one has heard about STUMO. So, people are, I remember there'd be times where I would, I'd tell people I work for STUMO. You meet this student in the cafeteria and they're like, they don't even really know what that means, especially at Missouri State. Because they didn't grow up in church, they didn't even know what a youth minister was. So they had no context for who I was. And then they would see me in the gym that afternoon. I'm there to meet people again. And then, at dinner, maybe I'm there again. They're like, so what do you do again?
Yeah, what exactly is your job?
In the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm doing it right now by talking to you.